things. I'm going to give you a little bit of a textbook definition, if you will, a wordy definition of what each of those are, and then I think I'm going to ask John to give a little bit more after that. But backup refers to copying files or data blocks to some external media or secondary site for preservation in case of malfunction or a disaster at the server site. I'm not going to read the last sentence. Replication is the creation of an exact copy of the virtual machine in the native format on a spare host. It synchronizes the copy with the original VM, virtual machine. Different from backups, replicas are stored in the original VM size. So when I think about a backup, I think about, kind of Legos and building it from the ground up, block by block. When I think about replication, I kind of think about a Polaroid picture, a picture of that state of the machine. And when we do replications in succession, what happens is the changes are carried over into the replica. John, do you want to add to those thoughts?
Sure. I'll start with replication. Replication is literally a copy of your virtual machine that is instantly runnable. In other words, your virtual server dies for whatever reason. We can literally just go in, turn on the replicated version of that server, and you're back up and running. It has the same IP address, has all the same information from whenever that last snapshot was taken. A backup, on the other hand, is a copy of your data. It's compressed. And
can be deduped.
Right. Well, right. And that's part of Veeam does that automatically. And we can kind of play with the settings a little bit for that to speed things up or get more space. Utilization, whichever, but the backup allows us to create versioning in that I can have a version from yesterday. We can with Veeam you can do backups, every 20 minutes.
You can back up as much as your space will allow, right?
Exactly, and you can have as many copies or versions of that data as your space will allow. So, if you have an accounting group that wants something from the first of every year so they can review the last year, you can have a backup from the first of every year and keep those for 10 years if you want to. Plus your dailies, weeklies, monthlies, and you can set the amount of retention you want. Then if you have a problem, you can go back to the point in time in which the problem didn't exist, pull your data, restore the machine. Actually, we can run the backups now as a compressed, where we can just mount the backup as a virtual machine and run that. It does run slower, but it gets you back up and running very quickly, even if you don't have a replication.
But I think that for the purposes of today, it's just important to understand that there is a difference between a backup and a replication. And it's important to know what those differences are as you venture forth into the world of Veeam land.